Love where you live and play with Lindsey Management. Affordable apartments and golf memberships at 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling? Trust Lindsey and Associates. Serving the community for over 50 years. Lindsey, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
Want to run faster, jump higher, move with more power? The Sports Recovery and Development Program at Bridges Therapy Group builds speed, strength, agility, and endurance while correcting movement issues that can cause injury. Give your athlete the edge. Schedule an assessment today at srdathlete.com.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and
just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
We preview the 6A state championship game and look ahead to Hoopin on the Hill this week at Fayetteville High. It is Wednesday, December 3rd, and this is Varsity Vibe Today. Welcome into Varsity Vibe Today on this Wednesday. I'm your host, Alyssa Orange. Thank you so much for joining us and got a lot to talk about today. So let's get to it with our Lewis Automotive opening drive. And of course, today, a very big day. It is the start of the signing period for football, which means we've got a lot of athletes, not just around the Northwest Arkansas River Valley area, but the state signing today to play at that next level. And so we are keeping an eye on guys who are signing around the state. And of course, you can follow along on our social media platforms to get all that information. We had our crews at Kane Archer signing down in Greenwood, over at Rogers for Braxton Lindsey. And of course, Bentonville will do their signing on Thursday. So we will have people there as well. So just to make sure, follow along on our social media platforms for all of that coverage. And speaking of Kane Archer and Greenwood, that leads us straight into the 6A state championship game as the Bulldogs getting ready to face Shiloh Christian. And the Saints and the Bulldogs, they faced each other multiple times. They were here a season ago battling for a state title. They also played earlier this year as well, where Greenwood got that win 35-24 over the Saints. When you look back a season ago at that state title game at War Memorial Stadium, Greenwood getting the win 61-35. Of course, Shiloh has had a great season themselves, just 2 losses on the year, and that includes that Greenwood loss. They're a high-powered offense too. Sometimes gets a little overshadowed by what Greenwood is doing, but this is an opportunity for the Saints to try to see if they can win a state title and in this winning streak for Greenwood. And for both of these teams, it's a significant meeting because Shiloh Christian will move to 7A next year. Greenwood's dropping down to 5A, which means they won't be conference foes anymore. And who knows when they're going to be able to play again. It'll have to be in the non-conference. It won't be for a state championship. So this game has a lot of bragging rights.
You hate it because we like playing those guys. You know, they're a challenge. They get after us. They've beaten us in junior high the last couple of years. The high school games have been great games. So we enjoy playing good teams. We think it makes our program better. We know our kids and our fans enjoy it. So I think there's a good chance we could play maybe some non-conference games down the road because we certainly respect them and enjoy playing them.
Yeah, so that one it makes this one a little bit extra special than it feels like.
No doubt. You want to end the rivalry on a good note. You want to be on the winning side the last time you play. So it's a big one. You know, state championship games are all big, but it is a little extra special being able to play Shiloh and 2 great historical football programs in Arkansas battling out one last time in the state championship game.
You're no stranger to playing at War Memorial Stadium this time of the year. What is it about that atmosphere that you think is exciting when it comes to state championship games?
Yeah, we'll have a great crowd down there. Our community supports our kids like crazy and travels, but it is special. It's different. You know, during the playoffs, you're so worried about preparing and performing so that you get that next week together. And that's important to us because we want to get all the time we can with our kids. State is a little bit different because you know it's the last week. Mm-hmm. And you want to make sure that you end that on the right note. There's a big difference because I've been on both sides in that locker room. when you don't perform in the state game, and a lot of tears and hugs and sad kids, and then the excitement of winning one. It's just two completely different ways to finish your season. So we want to make sure we're on the right side of that. We want to make sure we're celebrating, but we know we have our work cut out.
And lastly, the senior class, everything they've been through since their freshman year, the streaks they've been on, the adversity that they've specifically faced this season. How special is this one going to be for them?
Yeah, you don't get to be the first to do stuff in Greenwood football very often with our storied tradition, but this group can be the first group ever to go 39-0, mm-hmm. and the first graduating class to go undefeated through their high school career. So I think that's an unbelievable accomplishment. I'm really proud of them. They've grown as a group. They're a fun group to be around, and got one more opportunity to finish a perfect season, perfect career.
They are the nightcap on Saturday night, kickoff scheduled for 6 p.m. at War Memorial Stadium. Now it's time to introduce you to this week's Lindsey Boys Athlete of the Week, and that honor going to Elkins backup quarterback Austin Bourne. Why? Well, Bourne had to come in the third quarter, replacing Napier, who suffered a minor ankle injury Friday night, helping lead his team to the semifinals over Arkadelphia, the team that beat them last year in the state championship game.
So good. That was a game when we all had worked on our schedule. It was good to go in and help the senior class beat that team, since I was a literal role last year for the team. It was just a job I had to step into. As it was in Prairie Grove, it was just stay calm and do what I know how to do.
Congratulations to Austin Bourne, our Lindsey Boys Athlete of the Week, #1 in golf, real estate, and apartments. Coming up after the break, we hit the hardwood as the Fayetteville Bulldogs getting ready to host Hoopin on the Hill Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week. We catch up with head coach Brad Stamps after this.
Club Car Wash is the best place to get your ride game day ready. From convenient locations to free towels and vacuums, it only takes a few minutes to have your car looking great. With locations throughout the state and membership starting at just $22 a month. Revive your ride at Club Car Wash.
Quick Turf is the go-to team for building championship-level sports facilities for public schools, private schools, and the entire school district. They also install beautiful backyard putting greens for homeowners. Known for lifelike, eco-friendly turf, Quick Turf handles everything from design and lighting to drainage and final landscaping. Their all-in-one approach delivers high-performance surfaces for athletes and low-maintenance greens that last for years. With preventative maintenance programs, they keep every field and green looking game day ready. Schedule a free consultation today at quickturf.com. That's QIKturf.com.
The Everett difference means we are committed to giving back to the communities we serve.
When I think of Everett, I think of them more than just a car dealership.
Everett's involvement in the community is phenomenal. I see it in the police and fire department. I see it in the Boys and Girls Club.
They're just constantly giving back to the community that helped build them.
I would recommend them first, always. We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
Welcome back. Some of the best basketball talent all going to get together at Fayetteville High School on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as the Bulldogs get ready to host their third annual Hoopin on the Hill. And to preview the action, Bulldogs head coach Brad Stamps joins the show.
Yeah, it's year 3. It's grown. It's gotten better. The previous 2 years ago, we got beat in the championship by a team from Plano, East Texas. They ended up going 41-0 and finished the top 10 in the country. Last year, St. Louis Vashon won the tournament. They beat us in the finals, and they went on to win their state championship. So competition every year is good. We feel like this year's field of 8 teams, we've got a little bit of a regional flavor again. We've got a team from Wichita, Kansas coming into town from May South. We've got a team from Oklahoma City, Millwood, from Springfield, Missouri. We've got Hebron, Texas, who will play Thursday night at 7. And then, Lee Mayberry, those of you familiar with obviously with Lee and his career as a Razorback and, his friendship and relationships over the years, we're excited that he's coming in. He's got a really good team. And they're going to play J.J. Andrews, Little Rock Christian on Thursday night. So that's kind of a neat setup to have Mayberry playing a future Hog and J.J. And so we like our field. We feel like it's going to be a strong, everybody's going to get 3 quality games.
Well, when you look at these tournaments, why do you think, you talk about the competition, but why do you think it's so valuable for all the teams in the field to be playing in things like this at this time of the year when the season's just getting going?
No, I think that's a great question. And, we really, Alyssa, it's one of those things that you feel like, and I believe every coach probably feels this way, that if you feel like you got a chance to be pretty good in the end, and when I say pretty good in the end, that means tournament time and postseason, then you better do a good job of preparing your kids for everything they might see. Mm-hmm. And we know when we schedule, we don't go out and I know several coaches, we don't go out and just schedule, hey, let's go find some wins somewhere along the way. You want to be hit in the nose and you want to go through some adversity and some tough things before you ever get to there. And so our non-conference schedule, this being one of them, gives opportunity to play every style. We're going to see every team that's here will play a little differently. So you're going to see different, style, but you're also going to see a lot of talent. And I believe, because I've seen it, for many, many years, that when your non-conference schedule is very difficult and you struggle to get through it, it really pays off on the end because you've experienced so many different things, the highs and lows and the different, skill sets that you're going to see.
When you look at though, and also with scheduling, I feel like so many of these kids play, AAU ball or, the Nike circuit and things like that this year, that you almost want to make sure your high school schedule is just as competitive as what they're playing over the summer.
Oh, sure. And that's a good point too, is that a lot of these teams that are coming, our players, our kids know more about these teams than we do as coaches. And it's because they play each other in the summer. They're on the circuit and they're competing against each other. And so, yes, when these tournaments are finished and these 3 games are finished this weekend, I know us particularly, we go on the road. We're at Springfield at a Norm Stewart Classic next week where we're playing a team from Logan Rogersville. It's got a kid that's going to Indiana. Mm-hmm. And so, and throughout the rest of December, we're going to be traveling and we get away from home. Yeah. And, our fan base always asks us, well, we never get to see you in December. And that's because I do the scheduling. And it's not that we don't want to play home games, but I just think there's value, Alyssa, in developing some team chemistry when it's just us and we're away from home and we're out of our comfort zone and we get the opportunity to stay in hotels and travel and do some things as a team. I think it pays off in the chemistry part of it as well.
Yeah. And I know that this tournament, not just about who you guys are going to see and who other teams are going to see from a talent perspective, but people to come in and watch some really good basketball for 3
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
If you're get butts in the seats.
Yeah, no doubt. And if you're a basketball fan or you're a basketball, junkie, like I am, if we weren't playing in this would be an awesome opportunity for just to come sit and for 3 days and watch a lot of high level basketball talent, a lot of good teams, and and also be able to support your community and local people.
That is going to do it for Varsity Vibe today. Thank you so much for joining us once again. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, follow along on our social media platforms. That is X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Not only do we have great content throughout the week there for you, but of course, we're following along on all the signings that are happening around the state. So make sure to stay there as we get those in and share them with you. Any information as well as we get ready for these high school state football championship games this weekend and next weekend will be there as well. So make sure to give those a follow. And while you're at it, subscribe to the podcast and subscribe to our YouTube channel and sign up for the newsletter at varsityvibearkansas.com. And of course, we couldn't do it without our wonderful sponsors here at Varsity Vibe. A big time thank you to them. I'll see you tomorrow. At L&L Metal Fabrication, strength isn't just in the steel, it's in the craftsmanship, precision, and trust we bring to every project. From small custom jobs to big industrial projects, our team has the experience and equipment to get it done right and built to last. Whether you're building, repairing, or designing something new, we'll help turn your vision into reality. Call L&L Metal Fabrication today at 479-361-9640 or visit llmetalfab.com. L&L Metal Fabrication.
Christian, custom craft built to last.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters. drivedsi.com.